square. So this is open to everybody, and we want to impact this nation for Jesus. We want to bring the message home that transformation and development in Uganda can only happen when there is a change of heart, when there's a change of mindset, and this is only possible when we take the route of Jesus Christ. So we are delighted to host Apostle Isi Igneba, who is from Nigeria, and she will be coming with a team that will be ministering to us and impacting us for Jesus. Then we have a regional conference that is happening in Mbarara. That is on the Sunday, 23rd of March 2025. So we are very excited about this and would like to invite you to come with a friend, come with your family members, and let us listen to, life transforming messages. I thank you.
Now, you have told us about the Builder Summit, which equips leaders. Can you give us just an overview of the Mantle of Deborah?
Okay.
Briefly. Just to give us a better understanding of what it is, how it even came about.
Okay. This is a ministry that is headed by Apostle Isi Igneba from Nigeria, and she has an apostolic call on her life, and her call is not only in Africa but globally, but she has a particular emphasis on Africa because it is time, and it is time for Africa to arise. And we've had many people coming up to say it is time for Africa to arise. And in the religious circles, I think it is also time for us to arise. It's time for Africa to arise. And we have our sister Apostle Isi, who has had a burden for Africa. And she has started this ministry, and she has many different expressions. But here in Uganda, we have so far had the expression that comes through conferences. And these conferences are really impactful. We've had her she's had 3 conferences so far. And she has also spoken at the National Prayer Breakfast. And I think last year, and this made its rounds, and it really had impact. So there has been demand, and we are having her back this year for a national conference to speak to us, to ignite us, to help us to catch the fire and to do something, to arise as Ugandans, to do something for Jesus and impact this nation. And now we are not only here to speak to the spiritual aspect, but we are here also to speak to the development of people.
Yes.
Because as Jesus, when we look at how Jesus preached the gospel, he preached, but wherever he found need, he met the need. When he found the sick, he healed the sick. When he found the hungry, he fed them. So we believe that with the Mantle of Deborah, we need also to develop that arm of the ministry, but this is coming in as an NGO, and we want to impact the nation by having initiatives that will have wide impact in different areas. Now, in Uganda, we have 3 areas of emphasis. We are looking at having initiatives that will target the socio-economic development. And here we are not looking just at the women, we are looking at everybody. Of course, with a particular emphasis on women and youth, but we are looking overall because it takes everybody to bring about development. So we shall have programs and initiatives that that focus on the socio-economic development of this country. And then we also have another arm that is looking at health and psychosocial development. Social health, we are not just looking at the physical well-being, but we are also looking at the psychological aspects. We know that issues of psychosocial support are very much needed in this country. A lot has been done in providing health services, but we realize that the psychosocial support is a bit lagging behind. So we are going to put a lot of emphasis on psychosocial support initiatives throughout this country. No wonder in the recent past we've had children in schools committing suicide. And I believe that that is coming across because we have limited services in the socio-economic support area. So we believe that through these initiatives, we are going to tackle that. And lastly, we are going to look at the education, because education and unemployment, especially among the youth. We realize that a lot has been done to get our population educated. We have very many public educational institutions. We have very many private ones. And we are churning out graduates. We are churning out professionals from these institutions. However, we have a lot of unemployment, especially among the youth. And so we believe that if we come up with initiatives that are going to address issues of unemployment, not only providing employment to the youth, but creating initiatives that will cause the youth to actually create job opportunities for themselves, to support one another. We are basically looking at peer support initiatives among the youth so that they can create employment among themselves. And then we are also looking at having initiatives that are going to help reskill the youth. Having an education, having a certificate, a diploma, having a degree is not enough. We need youth that are well skilled and suited to the opportunities that are out there. So we are also looking at that. And we are going to have initiatives that will reskill the youth to support them to either create employment or be able to fit in with the available job opportunities.
And so how has it impacted them over the years? Because I understand this conference is not just this year, it has been happening throughout many years. So how has it impacted the people who have been able to, you've mentioned the youth, you've mentioned the women, but not only the youth and women, but in general, what impact has MOD caused to the public, should I say, or to Africa, across Africa?
Yes, like I said, in Uganda, we have so far just had the expressions of the conferences in the Mantle of Deborah ministry. But starting this year, we want to develop what we call Deborah Impact Projects Africa. And that is where we are delving in the development, the socio-economic development aspects. That is where we are looking at health, that's where we are looking at education, socio-economic. So we can't say that we have already had impact in that respect, because we are just beginning this year. However, we have seen a number of young people come alive for Christ, get a commitment to Jesus Christ. I think we have had people that have started to believe that actually Africa can stand on her own. One of the things that we emphasize in Mantle of Deborah is that we have the resources, we have what it takes to bring about change, to bring about mindset change, to bring about development, and we have the resources. So we are not looking to the West, we are not looking to the east for resources. We believe that we can mobilize resources here in Africa, here in Uganda. So the conferences that we have had here in Africa, in Uganda, we have not received money from the west or the east. We have mobilized those resources from amongst ourselves. And they have impacted many, many people, especially the young people.
Yes.
We have seen young people arise. And that is why this year we are putting a lot of emphasis on having young people attend this conference that is happening on Saturday, the 22nd, at Makerere University, Freedom Square. And we want to appeal to all of you who are listening to us this morning to come in big numbers. Inform your friends and let everybody come. Yeah, thank you.
Are you working with any other maybe different organizations in terms of just putting up this? Yes, I know you did mention that the finances are there, but just different organizations maybe to equip with skills or anything of that sort.
Thank you very much. As I said that for the development arm of Mantle of Deborah, we are beginning this year.
Okay.
And what we are looking at is actually building collaborations. We believe that together we can do so much.
Yes.
Together we can move faster, and together we can move further. So we are building collaborations to work with others of similar mind and conviction.
Okay.
And we are appealing to the private sector to reach out and support us. I want to highlight an initiative that we just did this month as part of the activities that were commemorating the International Women's Day. That was on 8th March this year. So we had a private enterprise that partnered with Mantle of Deborah, the Deborah Initiative Impact Projects Africa. So we had Soft Care. It's a company that produces sanitary pads for the women and ladies and young girls. So they made a donation to the Deborah Impact Projects Africa. And we wanted this to have impact. We wanted this donation to have a sustainable impact. So we decided to take this donation down to Busia district. Busia district, as you're aware from the last census, it's one of the districts that is most hit by poverty. And one of the expressions of poverty down there is that we have so many young girls that are dropping out of school.
Yes.
And the reasons why young girls drop out of school, some of them are very minor and would appear very flimsy, but yet are real. We have girls dropping out of school because they do not have what to use for their menstrual periods.
Yes.
So when they are in their periods, they miss out on school. So you can imagine over a term of 3 months,
yes,
a girl is missing school for 3 weeks plus. That's almost a month.
Yes.
So how does this girl compete favorably with her male counterparts who never miss school? So we donated these pads to the girls, but we partnered with a community hospital, Hikami Hospital Lunyo, in Busia district. And so the idea was for this community hospital to sustainably provide sanitary pads to these young girls who come and pick the pads every month.
Yes.
And when they come, they are able to have a health talk from the health professionals about their menstrual hygiene, about well-being. They are inspired. So we had about 200 girls who attended they were given sanitary pads, and they signed up. And DIPA is committed to fundraising and finding sanitary pads so that we can partner with Hikami Community Hospital in Lunyo District, Lunyo sub-county in Busia District, where the girls will be coming to pick these pads on a monthly, meaning that then they don't miss out on school.
On class, yes.
And when they come to pick these pads, they are, taught something that helps them.
Yes.
And we believe that through this, we shall be able to track the number of girls that are continuously in school.
Yes.
Or those that maybe unfortunately get pregnant along the way, because we shall be able to monitor that. And we hope that when we get enough support, we shall roll this out to reach to over about 5,000 girls in this one sub-county.
Yes.
And if it works, then we are able to replicate it in other areas of this country. And so that is just one initiative that we are using to use a partnership approach, partnering with a health facility to provide a basic resource that is sanitary pads.
Yes.
But alongside it, we want to have this hospital be able to provide basic health services. For example, we know that when the girls are in their menstrual cycle, some of them have cramps, a lot of pain, and they can't access even just painkillers, so that they are able to live comfortably throughout that period. So this hospital is going to be able to provide those health services, provide the medication, and be able to do basic treatments and tests. For example, sometimes we have girls that get infections, but these are not detected.
Yes.
But through this partnership with the Hikami Hospital, they will be able to get tested for infections and treated at the right time, so that they can comfortably access education. So you can see that we are coming and providing a holistic service, delving into issues that actually affect education, but are treated as minors or sometimes neglected altogether. So
Okay, Ms. Elinor, let us take a short commercial break, but we'll be right back to dive more into that.
Thank you.
Issues at hand. This is Child Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
Yes, welcome back. And of course, it's Issues at Hand. And we are seeing a conference that is bound to happen this weekend, the Mantle of Deborah. And I'm here with Miss Elinor Wanyama, who is giving us more details. Now, you mentioned something DIPA, but DIPA in full is Deborah Impact Projects Africa.
Yes.
So you mentioned a few projects that have been happening or are to happen. So what I'd like to know, or rather the viewer would also like to know, how the birth of DIPA came. What need did you see for you to actually decide, for MOD to decide, you know what, I think we need some other initiative that can impact people in different ways. So if you could just briefly give us more information on that.
Thank you very much for that. Mantle of Deborah, although we initially began with conferences and preaching the gospel and with a prophetic anointing that came with that, we realized that we need to actually meet the need. When people come for these conferences, we get to talk to them.
Yes.
When Mantle of Deborah gets into a nation, we just don't come to preach Jesus, but we come also to meet the need. As earlier mentioned, when we look at Jesus, when he preached, he also met the need. He healed the sick, he fed the hungry, he chased demons, he looked at the psychosocial need of the people to whom he preached. So likewise, when Mantle of Deborah came into Uganda, one of the questions that we asked ourselves was, what is the main problem? What are the issues at hand? What are the problems that we could also lend a hand to, to provide initiatives that could reduce or eliminate such problems. Obviously, poverty is very alive here, especially in the rural areas.
Yes.
We have a lot of unemployment, especially among the young people who constitute the majority of the population. I think over about 75% of our population are young people. And many of these are actually jobless.
Yeah.
They're out of employment. We're not looking just at employment in an office, the white-collar jobs.
Yeah.
But we are also looking at initiatives which the youth can get involved in so that they can earn an income and earn a livelihood. So we realized that the young people are unemployed. And why are they unemployed? It's not necessarily that they don't have an education, but they lack the skills to either get into the available jobs or they lack the skills to start up their own initiatives, or they lack the courage, they lack that mentorship to actually start up some projects or initiatives that could help them to earn a livelihood for themselves. So that is one of the key areas that we identified, lack of skills. And that is why we are putting a lot of emphasis on skills development and mentorship. Because you can have the money, you can have the skill, but if you do not have mentorship, if you do not have people that you can benchmark, if you do not have people that can hold your hand, if you do not have people that can guide you, even if you get a white-collar job,
yes,
then sometimes you end up, we have seen a lot of young people lose their jobs, even after they have acquired them. So Mantle of Deborah wants to come up with initiatives that are going to address this need. The other need that we see here in Uganda is lack of sustainability of development programs and initiatives. We have a lot of startup projects, enterprises, but there's lack of continuity.
Yeah.
And we have seen generations prosper and get themselves out of poverty. But when that generation goes away, the children and the take-up are not capable of carrying forward. So we are looking at ourselves and saying, what is it that we can do differently so that whatever initiatives that begin are actually sustained. And we realize there's a disconnect, a generational disconnect. You find that when parents are involved in an enterprise, their children look at it with a bit of disdain. They do not want to continue with perhaps what their parents are doing.
Yes.
But we are saying, no, this has to come to an end. For example, when we look at agriculture, many people grew up with their parents or grandparents involved in subsistence agriculture.
Yes.
And so when you tell these people to go back to do agriculture that their parents did not want, but we need to make agriculture very attractive so that even the young people can want to take up agriculture. And here we want to put a lot of emphasis on value addition and also growing crops that are of high value crops,
Yes.
rather than all of us farming maize and beans. Those are low value crops. We can do better by growing other crops, and even those that are growing those low value crops, we can actually improve those crops by adding value. And we have seen a lot of young people get involved in value addition in the agricultural value chain. So those are some of the issues that we want to address, and we are not beginning from scratch. A lot has been done. Both we have had a lot of international support by way of exposure, by way of investing, and we have also seen government do a lot
Yes.
in the agriculture sector, and we also want to promote the private sector to continue,
Yes.
and especially focusing on the young people because they form the majority of our population.
Yes.
As I said, it's about 75%. So if we are going to do anything that is sustainable, we need to get the young people interested. And that is where we are talking about mentorship. And the other thing, Africa generally, we are a people that pass on our heritage through storytelling.
Yes.
We have an oral kind of history. We hardly write,
Yes.
but we are encouraging storytelling. And we want to do it very creatively, looking at what are some of the defining moments that make people actually change their minds. Sometimes it's not the education, the training, the exposure, but sometimes it is just one moment, a defining moment.
Yes.
And there are people in this country who have had that one definitive moment that has caused them to change, to have a mindset change. So I believe that if we captured these stories, if we told these stories in a creative way,
Yes.
in a way that can be accessible to the young people, I believe that we shall have a bit of success. Yes, because people want to follow those that have succeeded in life.
Yeah.
And we have so many examples of people that have succeeded, and some of this success has come as a result of just one defining moment.
That's true.
That's what we want to share.
Okay. So what should we look out at the conference? Are there specific activities that we should look out on that particular day?
Well, on that particular day, that is the 22nd of March, we expect numbers. We are planning for about 3,000 people.
Okay.
And the majority of these, we want them to be young people. So we are mobilizing massively in institutions of higher learning. We are not only looking at universities, we are looking at other institutions, tertiary institutions. We are looking at institutions in communities. We are looking at student bodies. We are using the student leaders, especially for the mobilization. So we want many, many young people to come. There is an initiative that we hope to unveil, and it will begin sometime towards mid this year. And this is what we are using as one of our flagship projects. And we are going to provide basic computer literacy skills and cybersecurity training. We are hoping to recruit about 5,000 young people who we shall take through the basic computer literacy training, because today a lot of businesses are thriving by using technology. And many of our students, many of our young people, they have qualifications, but they lack the basic literacy skills that can be used in the job market. So we are going to train about 5,000 young people, and then out of these 5,000, we are hoping to get about 1,000 who we are going to train in cybersecurity.
Yes.
Because as we take on technology, there's a lot of security issues, cybersecurity issues, but we do not have enough manpower that has been trained in cybersecurity. So we are partnering with Africa World Train Center that is based in the US. We are partnering with the Office of the First Lady and DIPA, that is Deborah Impact Projects Africa. And we hope to unveil this program this Saturday. We are expecting Mama, the First Lady in Uganda, to come and unveil this. And thereafter, we shall be recruiting young people to train. And after the training, we are also having partnerships with different possible employers here in Uganda and outside Uganda. So we hope that out of the 1,000 that will be trained in cybersecurity, all of them will get job placements here in Uganda and outside. Why? Because we are partnering with private sector. We are assessing the need of these skills in the private sector companies, and we hope that after we have trained, then we shall be able to place this. And we believe that it will be successful, and we hope to run this over a period of time. Our long-term aim is to train about 100,000 youth in cybersecurity and get them job placements. So this will not be for only people that have qualified with in IT or computer related programs, but all sectors are covered. Because today, even in a business as simple as a salon, you can actually use technology to monitor your sales, to market, to sell. So we believe that if we train massively and equip young people with skills that can actually get them employment, then would have made a contribution. And we are also going to, so those that have received their invitations, we look forward to having you. We look forward to seeing you there. But wait for us in Mbarara on the 22nd of March 2025. So the long-term aspirations of Mantle of Deborah, we want to have initiatives that are going to create huge impact in this country, and we want to address some of the existing challenges such as unemployment. We want to make a contribution in the health sector to provide health services, not only bringing them closer to the people, that is having more of the community hospitals like Hikami Hospital that is in Lunyo sub-county in Busia district, but we also want to bring services, health services, closer to people, especially the young people. We want to have a particular focus on the young girls to make sure that their health is well looked after, and that is one way in which we want to retain them in school. No, we have a huge problem. We know that in every population, the females are usually more than the males. But when we look at the opportunities that are there, we seem to see opportunities that favor more of the males than the females. So we want to have initiatives that will keep the girl child longer in school. We want to see the girl child educated, having a qualification, being able to get herself a job or create for herself a job. We want to see more collaborations. We want to see more synergies. And we want to see even religious institutions not just preaching the gospel, but actually meeting the needs of the people in the communities. Together, we can make a difference. Come, let us be inspired. Come, let us learn. Come and be a part of this initiative that is going to spur Uganda's development in the future. Thank you.
You are welcome. Indeed, make sure that you do make it for the conference. As you can see, it is very insightful, very educative, and definitely will be able to help you in many ways, more than one. And of course, with Miss Elinor here, Miss Elinor Wanyama from Chemonges from the Mantle of Deborah. Yes, it's very, very important. I think this is an initiative that can help the youth most especially. You can be able to learn from it, and I think it is something that you should try and, fix some time and attend. Well, we have come to the end of our show this morning. It has been a pleasure. Of course, it's always a pleasure to give you insightful information, something that you can learn from. And of course, this is one of them. Now we have the Uganda We Want coming up right next, so I would advise you not to go any further, but please do stay tuned. I am Hope Nyogereza, and I wish you a blessed day.